behalf of the Right Honourable Speaker of Parliament, you're all welcome to the Parliament House of Parliament.
Generally, oversight would permeate everything we do in Parliament, except to say that Parliament as a structure, as an organ of government, it seals with legislation. And so the general name is the legislature. And so our core function is lawmaking.
In Ghana, the process of our bill becomes a law follows a structured outline. And this is the outline. First, there's a drafting of the bill. So an MP may do a private member's bill, or the executive. So the person who is bringing the bill, if you look at our order paper, there's a time where we present bills. The person who is presenting the bill will show up, and then we'll read the paper and maybe make a small statement on why we are doing this one.
How independent is Parliament from the executive, given that ministers are appointed from Parliament?
With your expertise in Parliament, I want to find out, would you advise someone to have diversity, or would you ask someone to stick to a specific course?
In the Third Republic, they had a problem. See, his finance minister, Bennett, had been an overlap from the military regime into his election, and he became president. He kept Bennett as the finance minister. And the party people did not like Bennett. So when Professor Bennett brought the man's budget, the party people, they were here that day. When they saw that the vote was about to happen, then they went to start a coffee area drinking coffee. So when the speaker put the question, the budget was voted out. So for a period, he didn't have funding to run his government because he doesn't have the money. You know what I said earlier, unless Parliament is. So the greater problems for his government. Eventually, there was a coup, and he was taken off. So when we were writing the fourth Republican Constitution, we said, listen, let's cure this thing. If we don't cure this thing, it can happen again. MPs naturally are so let's create a system where some of the MPs are invested in helping the president succeed. So we created a system where we said that the president shall appoint members of parliament or persons who are qualified to be members of parliament to be its ministers, except that at least half of those appointments should come from parliament. So there will be some members of parliament who are members of the executive. They can't say that they don't like somebody, so they always support him. So it's trying to solve the problem of the past. The effect has been that now, it's very difficult if you're an MP and a minister. When I was an MP and a minister, I struggled. You don't have much time community, you can't tell me what is another thing, then there's a problem, flag somewhere, you are one person. So whenever you have a minister who is a member of parliament, one thing will suffer. So a lot of people are recommending that we go back to the pure American system and separate it. If you're a minister, Bible says, where you are, where she is. So if you're a minister, focus on being a minister. If you're an MP, focus on being. And I'm sure that if that proposal comes to parliament, it will find a lot of support, even among most of us.